When you're running a session with an athlete, once you've progressed the variability as much as you can, do you then move on to just a whole different task?
Movement has another specific property. First of all, it gets you from A to B, but then also movement influences the information you get. So the sensory information that comes in. Let's say I have an opponent who's running around me. I see him change the position all the time. But if I start moving with him, he stays in the same spot relative to me. That's what movement also does. So movement has that very important task of shaping the information and making the information simple. So it's not just that sensory information leads to movement. Movement also leads to sensory information. And that's what Rob Gray always is emphasizing, sensory motor coupling. So what you then do if somebody is good at the motor part, make sure that making the sensory information simpler is playing a role. And that means much more context related. And that leads to a next step, decision making. Because decision making very often is seen as something very cognitive, but a lot of decisions are made by just making information simple and not by having a tactical concept in their head. So you can then bridge the gap from what you do with movement up to the point where it has a very big influence on decision making. That's why you don't see any good decision makers who can't move properly.